Captain's log, January 17th, 2024. It is my 32nd birthday. And I am just so glad and, to see so much outpouring and so grateful for the outpouring of love and people who have reached out. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy to see all the people that I've met from around the world who I can call my friends. And I do mean friends, not even just acquaintances, like people who I know. I know their struggles. I know their dreams. I know their, you know, ins and outs, and the people who they are spiritually and emotionally. And like, that's so unbelievable. 15-year-old Anthony is totally kicking himself. I've mentioned him before because, he really didn't know how he was going to start to even get to this point to be reaching anybody. I want to say thank you to the people who have been watching these videos I've been making along for this journey. Today isn't really an advice video or anything. I've been thinking about doing these like live journaling things, which is kind of like what I do, but a little bit more detailed. So again, as this entity evolves, I'm having fun with it, and I'm just doing it organically. But today I'm especially grateful, again, just for so many people. I'm really grateful to my family, who I continue to get close with, if that's even possible. I love them so much. To my girlfriend, Bethany, and, to my friends and bandmates and colleagues, and, just everyone. You all just made, this past year and 2 years of my life, which have been so transformative, so much better. And through all of the hurt and uncertainty, that even comes and goes, you guys have just been there for me in this way that I could never have imagined. I could never have imagined having such a beautiful network of people in my life. So I'm so grateful. I was thinking about getting older, and I'm not scared of getting older. I don't know why people are. I think I was briefly when I was like 28. I realized that 30 was coming up, and, I was in a pandemic, and I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? But everyone was in the same boat. So it didn't really matter. But something that came across my mind that someone who came across my mind who I wanted to pay homage to is my grandfather, Antonio, Antonio Salazar, who's no longer with us, but he is in spirit and in heart. And he just was so incredible of a man. And he still is someone who I role model in my mind. Him, my grandfather, Anthony. I am named after both of my grandfathers, Antonio and Anthony. And another man who I highly admire deeply with my heart is my father, Victor. He's just, just an incredible man. And, I want to go through my whole family, my sister, Devin, my brother, Victor, my mother, who's just an angel on earth, Denise. It's just, everyone's so incredible. I'm so deeply grateful for these people, but to the men in my life, and to my grandfather, Antonio, I was thinking about him. And there's a level of integrity that a man, identifying as a man, and the essence of a man, like, he really, him and my grandpa Tony and my father all carry this virtue of loyalty and honesty and dedication, and innovation. And they got everyone through hard times. They got me through hard times, and they're just trailblazers. And I could only ever hope to be an ounce of the man that, they are. And it's so funny. I have a someone drilling outside as I'm doing this very deep monologue here. Not a monologue, but my grandpa was a really, really beautiful man. And he was a beautiful man because of the way he connected to people. And it's something that I realized is really the core of why I do what I do. I've taken it in a different direction, something that's, for me, which is me putting it on a grander scale. He was definitely a family man, and he was someone who, and all the men in my family are family men. I've been the one who's been the one with, friends from all over the world and weird, like, not that they didn't, but like I have eccentric taste in friends, and people who I call friends, I would say for them it's a very rare term, and something I'm also learning lately too. You don't just hand that out freely. But he was special, and I think about being like him a lot in his humor and his confidence, in the way he interacted with people, the kind of leader he was. That's someone who I really want to embody, and I think I've been adapting it in a way of my own, um, because the amount of people who relied on him and who depended on him and who can count on him, and he was there. It was immense, like unbelievable. And he did it. He did it for me and for my father and for everybody. He just was there, and I really try to be that man. And I think about my past. I think the only part about getting older that's difficult is when you think about who you've been, the lives you've lived. I'm not always. I'm learning how to remove the guilt and shame of the man I've been from time to time. Uh, who, in moments where I haven't been proud of that version of me, you know. But I'm really grateful for the man I'm becoming, because through those moments where I wasn't the best version of myself to myself or to others, I can definitely say now I've created a standard, especially as of very recently, um, which I mentioned so much, to be this to man. One thing my grandfather did that was really fantastic was he was really a giver, but in a very beautiful way. Like he helped people make their futures, and not everyone paid him back for it and did all these things, but he didn't stop being that way. And that was something that was really important to me. I think in my time as getting older, and 32, got plenty of youth in me. I'm not worried about the getting older part, but the years pass, whether I like it or not, whether any of us like it or not. But the person who I want to be is more like that. Just, I want to learn how to be calmer in place of the ambitiousness that I've put in front of friends and family and birthdays and funerals and things that I've missed. And prioritizing the people that matter has really changed me, and I want to continue to evolve in that. And it's been so eye-opening because of how many beautiful people have stepped up in my life to be supportive of me and to help me fulfill my needs and desires, and to teach me how to do that, and to give me the space to do so. You know, I'm just thinking about that. I'd really love to look back on these videos and think about the young man, like years down the line, hopefully, um, who, just, is out there wild, trying to impress people, trying to be uh, an icon or a rock star or whatever. Um, I love a fair bit of attention. I have a ball with being the center of that, because I was always really timid as a kid. So when I finally found a voice and a personality and a persona, the many that I've had, I've embodied them wholly, and I've lived them. And it's been comical in some cases, and in other cases, a bit unfortunate. But fortunately, I've learned a lot. And the man who I'm becoming and who I choose to be, who I want to be, is a byproduct of the lives that I've lived. And I really hope to be someone like my grandfather, who was sure. And if he wasn't sure, he was honest. and then and he was just loyal. And I've tried so many things. I've wanted so many things at once. And the only thing I can say is that I was realizing this today, is that you really can't do two important things at once. You ultimately have to pick something, and then by virtue of completion, really sticking to that thing, whether it's like paying off debt or starting a business or writing a song or having a hard conversation, like by virtue of doing that thing, usually the other thing comes with it. Not in all cases, and maybe not directly, but you can't do both at once. Like you can't, ask for someone's forgiveness if you can't forgive yourself, because then you just have you're just left with an expectation, and then you're always disappointed. You can't text and drive, right? Like, I mean, we all want to be good at it. Like I'm guilty. But like eventually your priorities in that situation become very real because you have to focus on one or the other. So you either have to stop and do what you're doing and finish the thing you're writing or make the phone call, or you have to just drive and then worry about things later. I realize that the things that are truly important to us fall on a priority list. That's actually very natural. And we can't play God like that. And I think when people, but especially certain men, really rare qualities of men, who I've met and who I wish I was more like, really demonstrate how to prioritize what's important to them and the people who are important to them. And then everything else falls into their lap. It feels like it's because that's when you like realize that's a person who's like a man of God, whether you believe in that or not. But like that just essence of like magnetism comes from, really cementing your priorities, which is something I'm learning how to do as the years go on. So this goes out to my grandfather. Chocho, if I could be more like you, I strive for that every day. But I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you, Pops, my dad. I'm so grateful for you, Grandpa, my Grandpa Tony. All the men in my life who are just unwavering. I want to be more like you, and I'm trying really hard. And I want to give back. This really is a space for me to just be. Me talking about all these things is for me to be me, and to inspire someone to become more of themselves, and to just drop the facade. So 32 for me is so beautiful. I love that I get to live another year. I'm so grateful for the people in my life. I cannot ever say it enough times, and I will never stop telling all of you how much I love you. I'm learning, I'm growing, and for any scorched earth that I've left, and things that I've burned, I pray that those things heal, and that new things rise from that soil. And for the things that I haven't discovered yet, I'm so excited to embrace you, whether those be places I've never been or people I've never met. I'm putting that out into the ether. I'm just so looking forward to it, and I'm healing from all those wounds I've created for myself and others. And as I grow older as a man, I hope to remedy those things and to just be better all the time, because I definitely fall short and I have hard weeks. This week I was having a lot of lows. I wasn't sleeping well. And I made some videos about that last week. It's funny the timing of the beginning of the year, and then like having these moments of like not sleeping well, falling off of routines. But then I had this really beautiful epiphany again this week of just realizing that I'm so grateful that I even get to do any of the things I wake up and do. So I hope you all feel the same. Getting older does not suck. It's really beautiful. Sometimes my neck and back hurt for no fucking reason. Like I literally just slept and woke up and my back hurt, but that's easy. Just go drink some water and go stretch or something. But it's so beautiful, and I'm so grateful for the forgiveness and the grace that has been given to me by people who have come back into my life, and from the people who are no longer in my life. I really am so grateful to you. I know it may be sour and it hurts in some ways, but I'm grateful for the times, because I needed them, and I hope in somewhere in your heart you needed it too. There was a lot of good times there, but I just want to give grace unto the world. I'm trying to forgive myself and others harder. It is a task and an undertaking, but I'm just so humbled. Thank you to every single one of you. I know that this thing is not a big thing in any way. The YouTube channel I've been making, but like it just means so much that you guys watch it, and whoever is, and for whatever reasons, it doesn't matter to me. I just like the reason. But if it impacts you, and some of you have been messaging me saying that it has, that just means the world. I just want to give back. I just want to make this world a better place if I could help it, and with any goodness in my heart for all the things that I've done, both good and wrong. I just hope that that experience can just become something valuable and tangible I can give to other people to help them along their way. So thank you very much for the birthday wishes. Thank you for another year, blessings, and just fucking so much love to all of you. I can't even believe it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I can't wait to do more of these things. I'm just so happy to connect, and all the best, and I'll see you around.